Excuse me. What's up, guys? It's Mars Sports for Marshall. It looked like I just woke up. It's because I did 2 hours ago. um, I just ate breakfast. I don't know what I had, honestly. Like, I know what I ate. Like, I don't know what to call it. Like, I mixed a little bit of leftover spaghetti I had left with Italian sausage in it. Then I mixed some sloppy joe with some leftover pasta and put some cheese on it. It was so, it was so freaking good. Sorry, I had said the funniest idea for the stream since it's a NASCAR stream. Um, sorry. Um, but yeah, it made me want to go, hell yeah. I love the slogan, but man, that is something, that's for sure. Can we get a HG double hockey sticky egg counter? Yeah, if y'all don't know, that's NASCAR's new slogan for this year. Trying to go back to the roots, which I kind of respect. Yeah. Today we're going to preview the 500. We'll talk about some other things. Talk about like the format. We'll talk about the stages. We'll talk about like the races the other day. We'll talk about the duels, who missed, who made it, blah blah blah. We'll try to get to as much as I can in this pre-race show. Yeah, but oh god. Sorry, I just I'm having some funny ideas. Yeah, but let's talk about today. So today is Daytona 100. If y'all don't know what that is, it is the biggest race in stock car. It's the biggest race for stock cars in the world. Well, yeah, it is the opening race for the NASCAR Cup Series season with your points. And let's just say that um, if you win this race, you will cement yourself in some kind of legacy. Like it's pretty on. It's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. Like I just realized we might get our youngest Daytona 100 winner with Connor Zillage, but I think he might be. I don't know, but yeah, today we have a lot of things to cover on the stream, so we're gonna get to that. Yeah, but basically, there's the Hard Earl Trophy, one of the coolest trophies in sports. It's like the really big one with the car on it. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. I was thinking about the airplane with a guy with some dude on it as well. Yeah, but this is the 68th running, I want to say. No, it's probably not true, actually. My math's probably way off. How? Daytona 500. Is it 76? It's not 76. 72nd? Wait, oh my god. Oh. Today is the 68th version of the Daytona 500. So that dude, if they would have started, dude, you know what's funny? If they would have probably had the Daytona 100 a year later, like if it was started a year later, we would have the 67th Daytona 100, which would have got so many memes, bro. Because 6-7, because that when 6-7 wasn't quite around yet. Whenever they had it last year, but I think it's kind of fitting. It was last year. It's 67th. So yeah, but you know what that means? Next year is the very nice 69th version of the 500. Nice. Man, I wish Greg Biffle was around to see that. He would have loved that. Rest in peace, though. Obviously, they're going to cover him on the broadcast today. Plus, like Michael Nett, I know they covered him on the Xfinity broadcast. And Dennis Hamlin, Denny Hamlin's father. Rest in peace to all of them. Obviously, those were some of the most heartbreaking stories of the off season. Yeah, all my thoughts and prayers go out to all their families and friends and everyone in the community. Yeah, but sorry. Today is the 68th round of the Daytona 100. William Byron has 2 in a row so far. So yeah, by the way, before we get started, I want to give y'all, so if y'all do not know yet, the start time has moved up an hour due to potential well, not well, I guess potential because it hasn't happened yet. Due to potential storms in the evening. So, so like the old days, we might get a Daytona 500 finish when there's sun still out, which is like the old days. Like when they Denny Hamlin won the 500, I think it was the last time that it was finished under daylight. You know, I was at that race too. Man, that was 10 years ago. That's insane, bro. Like that's pretty insane how it's been 10 years since that happened. The closest finish in Daytona 500 history. I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been eclipsed. I mean, I know there's a chances, but like if like for example, if Ryan Newman, like if the caution come off for Ryan Newman and the 2500, and there would have been closest finish ever there. Obviously, they could throw out the caution for a very good reason. I mean, I think it was the right, obviously, it was the right move because Ryan Newman nearly got killed in that wreck. Obviously, yeah. Hopefully, we never have anything like that again. And today is All Spiral, so today is the 25th. Is the 20? Well, I don't know if it's technically today, but it's the 25th, 25-year anniversary of Dale Senior's passing. So yeah, there's that. Honestly, I think every year they should do like a on lap three. They should do the three thing. I mean, I get why they do it. There's milestones, but like I think with I think since he lost his life in this race, I think it's honor. I don't know if they do it every year or not, but yeah, but I assume they'll do the lap three thingy. Yeah, but rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt. May God rest his soul. But I will say NASCAR has come a long way in 25 years with safety. Like, knock on wood, there's not been a driver fatality since then. And there's been crashes that looked way worse than they. Because if you look at Dale Earnhardt's crash, it doesn't look that bad. Like, he just hits the wall a little hard. Well, I wouldn't say a little hard. It was pretty hard. He just got turned to the wall. Like we saw happen to Ryan Blaney, who was fine. But safety obviously wasn't as good back then. His neck launched, and I think it broke his neck back here, which unfortunately was the cause of his death. I believe it got disconnected from his brain or something like that, which obviously will kill you, unfortunately. Yeah. But NASCAR's come a long way since then with safety, obviously. So props to NASCAR for doing that. Yeah. But because like we've had some honestly that Ryan Newman crash. Like if you were so someone that doesn't know anything about NASCAR and you had shown him Dale Earnhardt's crash and Ryan Newman's crash and asked which one of them died, they would have probably said Ryan Newman because think about it, that one looks way worse. Yeah, he was in the air and all that. Yeah, that just shows you how long of a way NASCAR's come with safety. Yeah, there's that. Hopefully, no one goes flying like Ryan Preece did last year. Let's just hope for no flips. That's all I hope for. We haven't had any flips this weekend. Knock on wood. So let's just keep that streak going for through today. Anyways, by the way, I used to go to Daytona 500 every year for 4 years. Then we kind of stopped doing it after a while. Anyways, this is the start time. The start time for the race. Let's just go over it for every time zone. So everything just pushed up an hour. I'm pretty sure, or pushed an hour earlier. Daytona 500 starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, 12:30 p.m. Central time, and then 11:30 a.m. Mountain time, and it turned 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, it's gonna be a little later than usual, a little earlier than usual. That's for sure. I mean, it's only an hour, but like I was looking at like races that did not get affected by rain. Like I looked at 2023 500, 2023 500 moved an hour. We went to where the finish was. It moved an hour, literally exactly an hour before that happened on the timestamp, and then it was still daylight outside. So we will get a daylight 500 finish if we make it there. Let's look at the weather forecast for today. Daytona. It doesn't look great at the end. So we might have a race. So we may or may not have a race for race against weather in the end, which could get interesting, but kind of suck at the same time. Oh, jeez. Let's look at that's not as good as Let's see. It looks strange. I thought that was AI generated for a second. I don't know. Probably an old photo. Oh, jeez. Oh, there it is. Let's um let's go to the Weather Channel. It doesn't look great for Daytona. I'll just say that right now. So let's just go to Daytona Beach. So it's 12 p.m. So I guess this is an Eastern time. Yeah. So, I mean, according to this, it says it's not going to happen until 7 p.m., which would actually be much better, we'll say. Yeah. And then it's going to go throughout the night. So if they could get at least the halfway, look at this race if I finish tonight. But tomorrow looks much better for weather. So if they don't get halfway, which I think they will get halfway, then that means we could see a Monday finish, which would kind of suck. But yeah, we'll see. Let's just hope for the best and the rain passes through Daytona really quickly. Yeah, but I'm sure NASCAR is going to push as much as possible to finish the race. But there's that. So anyways, there's your weather thing. Because obviously weather's always a problem at Daytona pretty much every year, it seems like. It's been especially bad this decade, specifically. 2020 had weather issues. 2021 had weather issues. 2024, now 2025, or yes, 2025 had weather issues too. Now 2026. So that's pretty much half of the decade. That's not a great stat. Obviously, NASCAR can't control that, but 2020 got moved to Monday because they ran 50 miles and started storming. 2021 got moved to way in the night because it rained all day. And that race was god awful after that. 2022 and 2023 had no issue at least. 2024 had to get postponed to Monday. 2025 got postponed to the night. So kind of an endless cycle, I will say. Um, and then now we have rain that could potentially end the race. All I ask of NASCAR is to not do a 2022 Coke 0400 and let the cars run in the rain. That was really bad by NASCAR officials. Everyone, if you look at that wreck from 2022 Coke 0400, which that race always has weather issues as well. It's Florida. What do you expect? But yeah, the cars, literally the top three, just slid all at once in the exact same direction because they entered the rain. I was not going to run in the rain, and it caused everyone to wreck. That was probably the most pathetic wreck I've ever seen. Well, I don't know about that. It was the most pathetic wreck that NASCAR caused, I will say. Well, the rain obviously caused it, but NASCAR could have thrown a caution, NASCAR could have thrown a caution earlier. Even if it was a lap earlier, it would have been fine. Yeah, but knock on wood. Thankfully, nothing like that's happened since then. So, yeah. But man, I'll tell you what, man. It's just we always have some kind of stupid weather issue every year. Yeah. And well, let's say last year was actually probably the best year for weather in general because none of the races got postponed due to weather. Because in any of the series, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. But I mean, it's just so I'm playing NASCAR 25 right now as well. Not Michigan, I should probably be at Daytona. But I mean, it's just NASCAR can't control it. There's no science to do it. I mean, if honestly, they'd probably be better to make the start time like 2 hours earlier. I know that people would hate that, but I mean, at that point, you might as well do that because I don't know. At least they moved it an hour earlier because maybe that's the max they can do. Because I feel like if they move it 2 hours earlier, it's going to hurt TV ratings a bit. Because your West Coast viewers won't even be awake by then. So you move the start time to 11:30 local, and then you start the race immediately right there. Like don't do like do all your pre-race ceremonies in the pre-race show, then do it. I'm pretty sure the start time got moved up last year too. Yeah, anytime NASCAR has to move a start time to earlier, that's never a good sign. That means something's wrong. Yeah, but there's that. Now let's talk about the actual race itself. So Daytona is one of my favorite tracks. Today, I feel like you expect a lot of fuel saving. Here's what I expect. Stage one, I expect a lot of fuel saving. Like you'll see a lot of the cars. They'll look competitive, but like they're just riding out. It's like train racing, but like they're 3 wide potentially, 2 or 3 wide. Heck, it's how they could go to 4 wide, which I don't love the fuel saving, but I mean it's better than train racing in my opinion. Um, because like they're going half throttle or whatever. Probably not half throttle, but I think there's interesting elements to it. Like if cars push it, like I remember the JGR, like the Toyotas pushed it a few years ago in one of the races, which caused everyone to like go faster than anticipated. And we could see like some back, and that's how some like back marker teams can get to the front. Like for example, um, BJ McLeod or Casey Mears could get to the front like that. We've seen BJ McLeod do it before. Unfortunately, ran out of fuel when he got there, but it's fine. At least he got up there. Yeah. So I expect a lot of that. Stage two, I assume will be similar. And then stage three might end up depending on the rain. When the rain is coming, I do expect it to be pretty racy in stage three. Actually, quite earlier than it usually is, just because if that rain's coming, then that means it's gonna affect how the drivers race because they're gonna act like every lap's the last lap. And I've been to races like that. I was at Atlanta. I was at the 2023 Atlanta. Well, I guess now it's Echo Park, but I call it Atlanta still. The 2023 Atlanta Summer Race for Cup. I was actually at the Xfinity race too, which had no weather issues from what I remember. But in 2023, I went to that race. They were racing. Unfortunately, there was some bad weather coming because Atlanta sometimes has bad weather too. I mean, knock on wood, it's been better lately, but like Atlanta always seems like has some kind of weather issue, or usually has. It's likely to have. It's not out of the blue to have some weather issue. Atlanta, just because it is still pretty close to the coast. It's not terribly close. I mean, it's in the middle of like the Atlantic and the Gulf and all that. Gulf Mexico, Gulf America, you can call it whatever you want at this point. But bro, I don't want to get political, obviously. Anyways, but I was at that race. It was very it's super series racing too, although it's actually a different type of super series. Like it's more like it's a different type of super series racing. Like they're not like fuel saving or anything like that. They're just like balling out the whole time because it is a smaller track too. It's only half a mile or 1.5 miles. And I'll just tell you this: they were acting like every lap was the last lap, and it was really fun to watch. It was kind of it was unfortunate because obviously there was rain. I could tell you right now, I was at that race. You could see lightning from the distance for pretty much the whole race. Like it was eventually going to come. And I saw light. I was like, oh no, because like that lightning because also NASCAR's a lightning rule where if that's lightning rule where like if let's just say it's within 30 or I think it's within 8 miles, something like that. They have to stop the race immediately because a few years ago, unfortunately, someone passed away. Got struck by lightning and passed away at Pocono a few years ago because it was actually before the race, but someone literally got killed by that. So may God rest his soul, obviously, or rest their soul, obviously. Yeah, but but NASCAR doesn't want anything like that happening again. So as fun as it would have to have everyone wear like lightning shields, like they wear like an antenna on themselves, so like it avoids them. That's not possible, and they have to stop the race at the point just for everyone's safety, obviously. So, I don't know if it's lightning's gonna be the issue. I think there's some lightning in the forecast. Yeah, I'd rather have it just be rain because lightning at the lightning hole, which lasts 30 minutes each, which yeah, it is what it is. But obviously it sucks, but NASCAR has to do what they got to do, obviously, because they want to keep everyone safe, which is obviously the number one priority. Like, if anything is like above like the actual race itself, it's keeping everyone safe. You don't want anyone dying, that's for sure. Yeah. Um, sorry, my head just started hurting really badly. Uh, but I expect some of that in stage three. Like, I expect like people like cars to be like, oh no, oh shoot, we gotta go. Like, we might not have another chance. What'll be great what will be the perfect scenario is they act like rain, but the rain actually passes by with like it doesn't even hit Daytona. And then they're already racing each other, so might as well just race each other to the end. So we could see strategy get really weird at that point. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And yeah, I do expect some wrecks towards the end. Like usually stage one doesn't have any wrecks unless it's 2021 where they wrecked the whole field in the beginning, which ruined the race. That was the worst Daytona 500 I've ever watched. That was one of the worst races I've ever watched. The 2021 version. It was such a disappointment because like those cars were so good to Super Series. They didn't worry about the fuel saving. All they just balled out the whole time. And then the wreck happened, and they were just scared to wreck each other. I mean, we got a great winner out of it, Michael McDowell. That was an amazing win for him. But that race completely sucked. Outside of that, like yeah, 2000, 2013 sucked as well. But 21, I just had so much high expectations. Like it's also the last 500 with the Gen 6. So like it was expected to be the banger of a race, but it was not. It was terrible. It's one of the worst races I've ever watched. Yeah, let's just hope we don't get that. Yeah. Um, Stage one though, I do expect very little wrecks. Like I don't expect anyone to wreck. Um, well, I don't know about that. I don't expect don't like if no one wrecks wouldn't be maybe like one like small wreck, like maybe like we might see some pit road wrecks, like that seems to be pretty common. We'll say especially with this car. So I wouldn't be terribly shocked if we saw some of that. If let's just say like, I don't know, someone's trying to get the pit road really fast, and then oh no, they wreck. And then oh no, they spin out. Which NASCAR sometimes throws a caution for that. It depends on how big the wreck is or how long the car stayed there, the stalls for. It really just depends at that point, but who knows? We'll see what happens. It's really cool in NASCAR 25. They have the duels. It's pretty epic. It's racing duel two right now. Duel one, I think it's still two. Oh, why did I go on the inside? Sorry, but I don't know why Mother Nature hates NASCARs. I mean, this Mother Nature gave us a break last year for the most part, but this year just it's been bad. Like the Clash had weather issues with the snow and all the snow of all things, and then now it's rain, like the typical Daytona stuff. Just can't control it, man. I wish NASCAR could like. Who's calling me? Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. Sorry, trying to talk. All right, sounds good. Yeah, he doesn't have his phone right now. I'm so surprised. He barely has his phone anyway. Well, he's texting me still, so maybe he has his watch or something. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited for 500 though, still. But stage one, I don't expect many wrecks. Stage two, you might see like a decent sized wreck, but like they're gonna play pretty conservatively in the first two stages. Usually, that's what they do. Like they want to conserve the fuel. In stage three, I think this with the weather, obviously, like I said, they're gonna go all out. You might see some crazy wrecks by then. The more racy they are, the more likely they are to wreck. I'll just put it like that. And there's obviously big chances of big ones, although we've had not terrible ones. And obviously, if this race ends up going to the end, which would be nice, um, that's just the best thing. There just cannot be wrecking in the first few stages because that would waste time. But this race goes to the end. I wouldn't be surprised. There's probably gonna be a wreck in the last lap. There usually is anyway. Although I hope NASCAR would keeps it green. That would be nice because like I know NASCAR's historically thrown out cautions. I mean, I guess for safety reasons, obviously for safety reasons. But like NASCAR last year, there was a wreck in the final lap, but they let it go green, which I give a lot of props to NASCAR for doing that at least. And then unfortunately they brought the caution out for what could have been a 3-out finish at Atlanta last year. Yeah, but there's that. But yeah, and I will say this is a pretty even playing field. I will say for everyone for the most part. Like you're gonna have your team alliances. Like you're gonna have the Toyotas going with each other, especially now they have time in the field. Like they're gonna have like all the manufacturers will be aligned. Like you get the alliances. That's what these like team alliances really come to play. Not just supplying cars or supplying parts, but in actual Super Series races they'll play together. Like you'll see RFK. RFK is gonna be a huge player in this field. Like obviously they're not gonna have LeJoy in the field, which will be a huge disadvantage. Well, which would have been a huge, would even bigger advantage, I guess, if they had LeJoy in the field because of course he wrecked in that duel. Uh, so he was did not make the race. RFK only has 3 cars, but like they could do really good with 2, so they could do great with 3 as well. Like, and especially how Ryan Preece is looking this year. Like that team might. I wouldn't be terribly shocked if all 3 of those cars make the chase. Like I know I said Priest would miss over Hocevar. I'm starting to regret that a little bit. But I mean, the season technically hasn't even started yet. At least the regular season, but yeah. But the chase, by the way, the chase is something that'd be interesting. Whoever wins tonight, whoever wins today, will not be locked into the playoffs. As far as I don't know, there's no more playoffs. It's the chase now, and it's a lot. It's like how it was in the 2000s, like the mid late 2000s, and the early 2010s before they introduced the knockout format. I'll be honest with you. I might not be one. I might be one of the only ones to say this. I actually really like the old format, the like the elimination format. I thought it was really fun. Got some really cool moments out of it, like the Hail Melon and all that. And you're always guaranteed to have like a championship race at the like because the thing I have problems with it with like traditional formats. Yes, they make more sense in my opinion, but like someone can have the race locked up by like championship locked up by like with 2 races left, and there's no point in watching the rest of the season because like you're just joyriding at that point, and just it's kind of boring to watch at that point. I'm just saying, yeah, but yeah, that's the only concern with the chase. It's gonna have that. I think the chase actually overall does reward more stuff, like awards wins and consistency. Yes, there's no more winning in, but like wins pay more points. That'll be interesting at least. So it's winning, you get a pretty decent advantage, I will say. You're not in, but you get a decent advantage at least. Yeah, there's that. So if let's say like Cuddy Ware wins this race, he's not gonna be locked onto the playoffs or the chase. That's not how that works anymore. He'll get a lot of points out of it, but he's not gonna be locked in to the chase. So yeah, it rewards more consistency, which I kind of respect that just because I feel like consistency is one thing that the last format was kind of lacking because like playoff form because like someone can be running second all year and they don't get as much credit for it. Someone that's like one is inconsistent, I guess. So I guess it rewards more of that, which I kind of like. Yeah. Yeah, overall, I'll miss the old format, but I'm open to new. I'm open to new things. I guess the old things. I guess in this case, yeah, yeah. But there's that. Um, and I feel like your best contenders in this race. Let's just go over all the drivers racing. So Ross Chastain, I think will have a. I think Ross Chastain's a good Super Speedway racer. I think he'll. Oh, that's not. I just saw Ross Chastain pass by me in this game. I think Chastain will definitely have a shot at winning today. I think everyone has a shot, to be honest with you. But Ross Chastain's a good Super Speedway racer. If he's in the right place at the right time, he can definitely win this race. Yeah. Austin's one to watch out for. While he's in the most consistent driver in the series, like he's probably the third best driver at Penske, if I'm being honest with you. Like he's honestly no. I feel like it's Blaney is consistently the best, and then Logano's second. I know Logano's more championships, but Blaney's usually ahead of him at the point more. Then Cindric's third, but Austin Cindric. Well, it's even years, so who knows what Logano could do. But Austin Cindric, I know people hyped him up as a road course racer coming out of like the Xfinity series and all that. Now called the O'Reilly series, it was called Xfinity back then. Yeah, like our trucks when he was younger. He was known as a road course racer. In my opinion, yes, he's a good he's a solid road course racer. Dude can ball out super speedways, bro. He's his best tracks are at super speedways for sure. Like he's won Daytona, he's won Talladega, he's been in contention at Atlanta before. Like Austin Cindric will be in the front today, no doubt about it, and he could definitely win this race. I'm just saying he won this race as a rookie, by the way, a rookie, which is pretty insane to me. Like that's pretty epic. And I just wrecked. But in my opinion, I think he's the better super speedway racer than road course racer. He's a good super, no doubt he's a good road course racer. But like he do really good road courses. But dude's better at super speedways, I will say. Yeah, Austin Dillon's also one of what Austin. I think he's super speedways he's good super speedways. Like he's won at Daytona twice. Like obviously his best track lately has been Richmond, but he's won the Daytona 500. Yeah, he dumped Almirola on the last lap. But like, it is what it is. I was at that race too. Yeah, it was cool for the 3 to win 20 years after Dale won it, but I gotta admit it was a little bit flawed because Dylan literally dumped Almirola on the final lap. Like I get that it's a 500, but come on. Like you know what's funny? Just because of that, whenever Dylan was gonna win Richmond the first time he won 2024, I literally said Dylan's gonna do anything to win. He might end up wrecking someone though. He's gonna end up wrecking someone to win. Look what happened. I literally called that finish. Like I'm not saying Austin Dillon's a bad driver. I think he's a decent driver, but he's using the back. But Dylan's as good at super speedways. I think he'll have a really good shot. He's already won the 504, which was 8 years ago. God damn, that was 8 years ago. But I think he'll have a good shot, especially how fast Kyle Busch looked. Yeah, we'll get to Kyle Busch in a bit. Now we have Noah Gragson. I mean, Gragson kind of wasn't great last year. I will say, I think front row is bound to be better this year because one, they're more used to having 3 cars in the garage. They would have had a fourth if Chandler Smith made the race, but he did not. And then two, of course, the last seat was an off-track distraction last year, which kind of affected 2311's racing performance as well. Because 23XI wasn't bad last year. They weren't as good as they usually are though. They got 1 win all year. It was Bubba Wallace, which is a cool win, but I don't think Reddick won a single race last year. Like he was still pretty good, but yeah, of course Riley Herbst was abysmal, not 35 last year. We'll get to all those drivers in a bit. Grexit though, I mean, I know it's his first year at front row, and they kind of took a step back after 2024, which was actually pretty promising with like Michael McDowell and Todd Gillen. Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Gregson, I think, could do good to Super Speedways. He was a phenomenon in the Xfinity series. I know he's had some troubles. Like, Like he got suspended and all that. He had a terrible year at Legacy Motor Club that year. But I think he's quiet down a bit, which is nice. I like Noah Gregson. Yeah, he made some stupid mistakes like that we're not gonna talk. Well, I guess that George Floyd thing from a few years ago, but he seems like he's for sure recovered since then. I think he's more mature. Yeah, but Gregson, I think I will say they might end up going with the Penske's and or the Roush's, although the Penske line not Roush line anymore. They used to be RFK line, but now it's Penske that they're aligned with. But we'll see. I mean, they got some good super speedway races in there. Like Todd Gilliland's is pretty good at super speedways. And Zane Smith, I mean, he's won truck races, and I think he won 2 truck races, 2 Daytonas in a row. I'm pretty sure, in the truck series. But yeah, we'll see what happens to Gregson. He might make some noise. We'll see. Ooh, I'm rallying back. Oh my god, I'm going 201. Wow, I went 201 miles an hour just now. That's insane. Oh, man. Which one? Once ago, I got broken there. That's fine. Is that my best lap? Oh wow, 46.859. God dang, that's really good. Um, yeah. Now I got Kyle Larson to talk about. Well, we'll see what happens to Gregson though. Now I got Kyle Larson to talk about. Dude has the worst luck in series. Like he can race pretty well at the super speedway. It's just he never wins them. He always runs into bad luck in the end. Like he gets wrecked or something stupid happens. But I think Kyle Larson's due for a super speedway win at some point. Could be today. I don't know. I mean, he's the defending champion after all. I mean, he's the 2-time Cup Series champion. And Kyle Larson just signed like a 5-year extension, I'm pretty sure, to 2031, which sounds like way in the future, but like it's not that long from now. So as far as 2021 is, that's crazy. God, where's time gone at this point, bro? Like that's I don't know, man. But Kyle Larson, I think I think he'll definitely be in the running. That's for sure. The running, the run. He'll be in the running. I think. Like it's Kyle Larson. He's good at everything. Seems like, but will he win it? He's got to be at the right place at the right time. I mean, Byron's won the 500. Elliott's won. Has Elliott won at Daytona before? I know he's won the 500. I was wondering if he won like no, I don't think he's ever won a summer race either. But he's won Talladega before, and he's also won Atlanta. But we'll see what happens. But Larson, he'll be in the running, that's for sure. But he's probably get caught up in some kind of wreck. That's not his fault. Now I got Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is a very interesting story, obviously. Of course, the offseason, unfortunately, suffered an injury. But he has recovered since then. Yeah, he's still walking with a cane, which kind of makes him look like an old man. But I mean, I'm very happy he's able to get back in the car again because, of course, he wasn't able to. He wasn't able to race the Clash. That's how LaJoy took his spot. But he got ready for Daytona, which is nice. And I think even though they don't have LaJoy to work with, which I assume they'll bring him back for some kind of super speedway, they might bring him back next week for Atlanta or Echo Park. I'm sorry. I think that'll be essential for that group. But they have 3 RFK cars, and those RFK cars are really good super speedways. I will admit, I'm surprised they haven't won a 500, especially Brad. Like Brad's one of the best super speedway racers in the field, and yet he hasn't won a 500. He's won the summer race. He's won the summer race before, but not the 500. And he's won Talladega a lot, so there's that too. Of course, the one win where he flipped Carl Edwards to do it. And how did Carl Edwards get his revenge? He flipped them again. He flipped Brad Keselowski. He's the exact same thing that Keselowski flipped him. Yeah, but he ain't gonna kill my boy. Yeah, but Brad Keselowski's in his 40s now, which is pretty crazy. Like I remember when he was like in his early 30s. People call him really young. I mean, he's not old by like in human terms. He's not old, but like he's getting up there for an age for NASCAR. I will say he does plan to run pretty late into his 40s, which is I actually really respect that because I think that's awesome to see drivers run as long as possible. Like we saw Kevin Harvick do that. Even Dale Earnhardt was racing like when he was 49 or 50, I think. Before unfortunately passed away, but and Dale Earnhardt's still doing really good at that point. Like had a few down years, but he could still win races. He seemed like he recovered. Yeah. Man, it's like one of those biggest what ifs in NASCAR history if Dale Earnhardt survived that wreck. But what is it? Sorry, I'm kind of focused on this game too because I don't want to wreck anyone. But where was I? Brad Keselowski though will definitely have a shot to win it. I mean, he's in the RFK car, so like we'll see what happens. And next up, we have Daniel Suarez. This is one of the only drivers that has just a new ride for this year. He got released by Spire in the end of last year. He got released by Trackhouse in the end of last year. Now he's going to Spire. I think this could be a one and done, but like if he wins this race, that could really help his case like staying there. But Spire's an up and coming team. Like I remember there used to be like a really bad team. Like they're a back marker team. But they've actually come like a decent like B minus tier team, I will say. Like they got a good lineup. Like Daniel Suarez, he's won NASCAR races before. And then you also have Michael McDowell, who's a really good veteran, and Carson Hocevar, of course. The Spire cars could be contenders. Of course, Spire got their one and only win at Daytona a few years ago with Justin Haley. Yeah, it's rain shortened race, but still, it's pretty epic. But I do think I do think Daniel Suarez will be. He's pretty good super speedway. So I think he'll be up there. I don't know if he'll win this race, but he could be a contention in the end. We'll see. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Kyle Busch. Let's talk about my boy Kyle Busch. This has to be the year. I don't know. I keep on saying this every year. It has to be the year. This is his 21st attempt at the 500. It should have been his 22nd if he didn't get injured in that wreck a few years ago. But this has to be the year. Like, come on. Like, it's going to be now. I don't know. Because Kyle Busch, I love Kyle, man, but he just never can win these Daytona 500s, man. Like if he wins this race, I feel like his career would be complete. He has the opposite problem of 500. He has the opposite problem of Daytona. God damn. He has the opposite problem of Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin wins a lot of 500s, but can't win a championship. Kyle Busch won a lot of championships, can't win a 500. Yeah. But Kyle Busch, I mean, he's been the fastest car in the field this week. I mean, he won the pole, he won his first ever 500 pole, which is amazing. So he'll be leading the field, which is nice. But I mean, but I don't. But just because you win the pole doesn't mean you win the race. Obviously, I'm so glad he won the pole. That's amazing, and I think it'll give him a good shot in the race. But Kyle Busch got to win at some point, and of course, he hasn't won a race in almost 3 years in Cup. So yeah, it's been a few. He had 2 down years with RCR, and I think maybe some of it was Steve Phelps not liking him. I don't think that's the case, but I will say RCR is great at the Super Series and the Xfinity Series. Obviously, like they just won Austin Hill again, and Jesse Love's won a few Super Series as well. If they can bring that power to Cup, they'll be in a good position. Like Kyle Busch should have won in 2023, in my opinion, if that caution didn't come out. Like he was leading that lap 200 at the 500-mile mark. That's about as close as he's gotten so far. 2019 also had a shot too. And then Hamlin just ran away with it. I was at that race too. Uh, he's had so many shots, bro. It's insane. Good God. Like, I know Kyle Busch was just bad luck in the series. Like, he's gotten better with RCR, bro. Has been too bad in Super Speedways. Like, of course, his first year with RCR, he won Talladega. His first Super Speedway win in like 15 years at that point. But I mean, God dang, sorry. But I feel like this is the one thing. I feel like this, and you could argue truck championships, and Kyle Busch might run full time in trucks one day, get that championship, which I would love. I'd be awesome to see. But especially the chase, I feel like it's going to be better for him too. Just because he doesn't have to worry about one race to end it all. Yeah. But Kyle Busch, man, it's got to be the year. I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I've been a Kyle Busch fan for 12 years now, and I've seen him win a championship in person before. Like, I saw him on his 2015 championship. That was one of the greatest days of my life. Which I can't believe was over 10 years ago now. I remember he had that Chris M&M's car. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. But Kyle Busch, man, it's just got to be his year. He's in a great starting spot. He's about as best as he can get. Obviously, like I'm very hyped he's on the pole. I think that actually shows a lot of promise for this year too, because usually Daytona pole winners knock on wood usually do pretty good in the actual season. But we'll see. I mean, Kyle Busch, it's got to be the year at some point. Will it be this year? I don't know. I hope so, but I just do not know. Maybe I'm saying all this and he'll win the night. I don't know, or he'll rack pretty early, which will kind of suck. I don't care if the race is rain shortened. Give Kyle Busch the win. Yeah. Now we have Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, I think this is actually his 11th full time year in the. Dang, he's been in the series for 10 years now. That's crazy. This is 11th full time year in the series. How old is he? He's like 30 now. Oh, he's 30. Dang. Chase Elliott. I remember watching his first ever 500 when he was when he replaced Jeff Gordon at 24. I'm pretty sure he wrecked in that race, but Chase Elliott, I remember, was a hot phenomenon coming out of the Xfinity Series. Like, he won the 2014 championship. I remember watching him in the Xfinity Series back then. And he was really good. It was him. It was a low Xfinity Series that year. Like, the 2015 Xfinity Series had. Here's who's full time. Well, here's who's in the series at least. Chase Elliott in the 9. Chris Buescher in the 60 before it got cursed. Eric Jones was part time because he was in the 20 because he was in the truck series. Daniel Suarez was in the Daniel Suarez was in the 19 back then. In the Aris car. Oh, man, this is crazy. I'm pretty sure wasn't Ryan Blaney part time, or I don't know. But yeah, that I remember watching senior series back then when I was a little kid. Yeah, I've been watching NASCAR for a while. And like it's just crazy to see long how far these drivers have come. Yeah, but I will say this: Chase Elliott is a good Super Series racer. He hasn't won Daytona, but I don't think he's won Daytona at least in Cup. But he's won Talladega. He's won Atlanta twice. I saw one of those races. That was an amazing race. That was probably the one might have been the greatest race I've ever seen in person. That Atlanta race last year in the summer. Like, people were just passing each other. It was nothing. It was amazing. There had to be at least 80 lead changes in that race. It was awesome. Oh yeah, Atlanta does usually have weather issues because they had weather issues. I forgot that rain delay last year. I was literally at that race. How did I forget? Then of course I remember they had that Xfinity race that got delayed by like hours. We just said, "F it, we're going home. We go to our hotel room." But yeah, but what is it? We have We have a lot of drivers, man. But I think Chase Elliott's one of the best ones that could win today. I mean, I will say, Super Series is not necessarily his best type of racing. Like he's still pretty good at it, but I think he'll be a contender. That's for sure. Yeah. Now I got Todd Dillon. Todd Dillon is Todd Dillon. He'll take care of your equipment. He'll make it. He'll be one of the best drivers in the end season tournament. But I mean, he's just in the back. I will say, Todd Dillon. I think him and Allmendinger can make something happen. Like Colleagues was. I remember Colleagues used to be amazing at the Super Speedways and Xfinity back then. Like it was with Jeb Burton, Justin Haley, and AJ Allmendinger. Haley won every freaking Super Speedway race. It was pretty crazy. Of course, Allmendinger and Burton got some races to win as well. But like they used to be freaking amazing at the Super Speedways. I mean, Cup I mean, they've been as good in Cup, obviously. But like, I mean, we'll see what happens. The one thing I'm really interested in college today is how the Alliance play because yes, they're Chevy, but they're going to be a Ram. Or they're going to be Dodge, they're the team that's bringing Dodge back to NASCAR. So I don't know how Chevy feels about that. Like I remember watching the ARCA race yesterday. Minnie Tyrell, the dude that won that race for the seat series. Congrats to him, by the way. Sorry, I spoiled it for anyone. There's no Dodges in ARCA. Oh crap! There's a caution. Sorry. There's no Dodge in ARCA, and Minnie Tyrell ran the ARCA race. Probably just get some experience in the super speedways. Because if Minnie Tyrell didn't have the provisional, he would have missed the race for Daytona. Yeah, but he was in a Chevy advertising Ram, which is one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. What's even more hilarious, the Chevy was blacked out. Like none of the Chevy decals were on there. So like, I don't know how Chevy feels about Colleague being with them still. When they're like, not necessarily when they're eventually probably gonna become a Dodge in the Cup Series and maybe Xfinity if they come back there one day. So I don't know how they're gonna have to work with the alliances. So they could be more singled out than people think. I think they'll still have some people to work with. Like they'll probably still work with the Chevys, if anything. But like Chevy's not giving more than likely not giving all the support to Colleague because like Colleague is not necessarily a dedicated Chevy team. Obviously, because they bring Dodge back to NASCAR, which is that. Well, obviously, it's a good trade-off. But yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what Ty Dillon does. Ty Dillon can be good to Super Speedways. And he can actually be pretty good. Like he learned, the reason why he made it so far in the season tournament is because he beat Denny Ham at Atlanta. That's because Atlanta Ham on rack, but still, Ty Dillon can be pretty good Super Speedways. I'm just saying. Then we got Denny Ham. Denny Ham won 3 500s, and he almost won it last year. If he didn't get wrecked, in the final lap. And Denny Ham, if he won this race, honestly, I think it would hit different just because all the stuff he's gone through in the off season. But Hamlin, I think, he'll obviously be contending to win. I know he hasn't won the next gen car yet, but he won 2015, won 2016. Wait, no, he didn't win 2015. That's still got it. He won 2016. I saw that race in person. That's the closest 500 finish of all time at Truex, of course. He won 27. God dang it. He won 2019. I was at that race too. Of course, he won that infamous 2020 race as well. But that race was actually the race itself was really good, but what turned out in that race was kind of infamous. Was kind of obviously overshadowed all that for good reason. But yeah, I guess for valid reason. But yeah, but Denny Hamlin, um, I think he'll win today. But actually, I don't know why I said that. I think he'll potentially win today. He'll definitely be one of those contenders in the field. Like he's amazing at the Super Speedways. I know he hasn't won one in a while, but like he can be really good. Like he was the best driver in 2021 race. Like he could have won that. And he got shuffled all the way to the back. But yeah, there's that. He legit had a chance at a three-peat at one point. Yeah. Now we have Ryan Blaney. I will say Ryan Blaney is a really, really good series here. He's one of the best in the series. He hasn't won a 500 though. Like I know he's won I think 2 summer races at Daytona. Like I think he won 2021, and he also won the 2025 version. Like he's really good Super Speedway. Like he's great at Daytona. He's won a summer race a few times, but like he's never won the 500. I will say he had a chance in 22, and then Austin Cindric ran him up the track. Uh, but Blaney, I think will be one of those. I think he's one of those drivers that like it's starting. People are starting to wonder like, will he ever win one? Like he could definitely win one, but like it's taking forever. Yeah, like that's what I've been saying for Kyle. That's what I've been saying for Kyle Busch forever now. Well, he'll definitely be a contender to win, that's for sure. Now we have no, there's no red car, sorry, but I just realized that. Now I got AJ on there. Like I said, some of I said for Todd Dillon. Uh, well, college stuff obviously Ram and Chevy. It's kind of awkward right now. Yeah, but the thing with Allmendinger, he's honestly he's been he's been NASCAR for a while. Like he's been part of the reason he's been one of colleagues like best, arguably colleagues best driver at this point. Like Allmendinger, he's got 2 Cup wins for them. Like he's part of the reason why they're in the Cup Series because he literally won that Indy race back in 2021, which was amazing. That was an awesome win as well. Uh, like I know he's obviously an amazing road course racer. He can be good Super Speedways too. Like my dad, I think my dad actually picked him like a dark horse back then, a few years ago. But I gotta say, Allmendinger is really good at Super Speedways. Like he can be really good. I'm just saying. Like I don't know if Colleague will be up there today. I don't know if Colleague will be as good this year because of all the stuff, like I said. But I mean, it's anyone's game with Super Speedways, so we'll see what happens. Like Allmendinger can do good Super Speedways, that's for sure. It's Colleague too. I know that I know it's Cup, but they can be great Super Speedways. I'm just saying. Yeah, we'll see what happens. My guess is once Ram comes in the Cup Series, or I guess Dodge at that point, they'll do a lot more. So yeah, like they could bring some part-time cars in there. Now I got Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is definitely one of those. Is an RFK car, so he's definitely gonna be one of those contenders, obviously. And he's won the summer race in the past, like won the 2023 version. I'm pretty sure. Like Chris Buescher can be really good. He's one of the more consistent drivers. Like he's one of those drivers that doesn't get enough credit for what he does. He's one of the more underrated drivers in the field. Like I know he hasn't made the playoffs a lot, but like he's consistent. He's usually up in the front. But I think he'll be really good this year. I feel like RFK has gotten much better over the past few years with uh, with 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 Brad Keselowski helping out. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think he'll definitely be up there with Brad and Priest at some point. I don't know if he'll, but we'll see. I think he can win it. That's for sure. He's one of my people. I think he can be one of the favorites to win it. Just saying. Now we have Chase Briscoe. Briscoe's really fast. Like he's got like ever since he got in JGR, he's got first and second qualifying his last 2 years. And I will say Toyotas can be good super speedways. Like they're usually really good super speedways. Like I don't know how they won't. Although I know that they don't really win them that much. But like they can usually get up there. like they'll have a lot of help this time because they're gonna have the JGR cars, but it's 4 of them. They'll have Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Bell, Christopher Bell, and Ty Gibbs. they'll have the legacy cars, which they have. That's 3 of them. So they'll have Nemechek, Jones, and Johnson. I know they're not necessarily as close to JGR as 2011 is, but I mean it's still worth noting. And then you're gonna have 4 2011 cars with Bubba Wallace, Riley Herbst, Tyler Reddick, and Corey Heim. Sorry, I did that wrong. That's wrong. So it's 11 Toyotas, which is 11 of the 41. That's a quarter of the field, which is actually pretty good for Toyota standards because Toyota is generally the smallest manufacturer in NASCAR, which makes sense. I mean, they've been in the series the least amount of time compared to Chevy and Ford, but those Toyotas can do really good unless they self-implode like they did at Talladega a few years ago. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I think Briscoe could definitely have a shot at winning today. That's for sure. Now I got Christopher Bell. Bell is really good. Bell can be good. Bell's good super serious. Like he won that Atlanta race. I don't think he's ever won Talladega or Daytona though, but he's usually up there. I think he could definitely make some noise in the. Well, not just noise. He'll be a contender to win the race. He's one of the best drivers in the series, and he's also one of the best drivers in the next gen car. So I think he'll be for sure up there to win it. So yeah, we'll see. Though he's had some bad luck. Like he gets wrecked sometimes. in those races, but usually it's not as sometimes not. I guess it's not his fault usually, but we'll see what happens. Now I got Josh Berry. Josh Berry actually he actually didn't do too bad for his rookie season last year. He got a win, which is mostly well, no, last year wasn't his rookie season. Sorry, I keep on thinking it was rookie. I think it was his first year. Well, last year for his first season with the Wood Brothers, he actually did pretty good. Like for the most part, like I know the playoffs kind of sucked for him, but at least he made it. He got a win at Vegas in his third try, or his third. I think his third or fourth start for the team. I think it's his fourth start. Wow, Blaney just rear-ended the crap out of me. God damn. Ryan Blaney went, but I mean, I will say Will Brothers usually really good Super Speedways once they're flying with Harrison Burton. Like Harrison Burton won the summer race a few years ago. Like, and it's Harrison Burton. He wasn't like great at Wood Brothers or anything like that. He's not a bad driver, since he gets rushed up the cup too quickly. Or he got up with the cup a little too early, in my opinion. But so I think if they can do this Harrison Burton, Josh Berry could for sure have a shot at winning this, winning a Super Speedway. And obviously this Super Speedway, so he'll have a shot. Yeah, but Wood Brothers has won some 500s in the past, so I think he'll be good. I think he'll at least have a shot to get up there. So plus he'll work with Penske cars and maybe some other Fords. I got Joe Logano. I gotta say, I can't believe it's been 11 years since he won that 500. Because I remember my dad was at that race. It's been a while since he's won that race. I will say. I think he could definitely. I think he could definitely like be in the running. He'll for sure be in the running. Joe Logano is one of the best Super Series races out there. He won his duel the other day, and and it's even year Logano. So I know he hasn't won like 11. I know he hasn't won the Daytona race with 111 years. I don't even know if he's won the summer race since then. But he'll for sure be in the running to win it. That's for sure. Sorry, I keep on saying the same words over and over again. Now I got Bubba Wallace. It wasn't that long ago. It was only 4 years ago. The first ever race in the Gen 7 car. I guess the first ever 500, I guess, because you had that clash, obviously. It wasn't that long ago that Bubba Wallace, who almost just wrecked me in the game, ironically, Bubba Wallace was this close to winning 500. Cindric just came down on him, and then this wasn't enough for Bubba, and Cindric won. So, I mean, 2011 is great. Seriously, Bubba was really good. Seriously, that's where he got his first win at Talladega. Yeah, it was range shortened, but I mean, I literally predicted that win before it even happened. Like, I'm not even kidding. I predicted that win to happen like September, like a month or two before that happened, because I know how good Bubba is at super speedways. And then he won that race somehow. I'm like, I'm literally like the mastermind, bro. And he's won a few races since then, and he's gonna be great at super speedways, that's for sure. He'll be contention to win, I think, with all those Toyota, especially with Hyman's field. Like, that's a huge advantage for them. Like 42311 cars is huge. And you add the fact that there's 3 legacy cars and 4 JGR cars. Like, if they don't self-implode, they'll be fine. They'll be for sure be in the run to win. Yeah. Anyways, because we'll see a lot of manufacturer stuff too today. It's be interesting to see what happened Dodge when it comes to the Cup Series. My colleagues be on their own or something like that. Yeah. Now we have William Byron. This is probably the biggest story of Speed Weeks of the 500 this year. Byron has a chance to three-peat the race. I gotta admit, William Byron has done really good at Daytona lately. Like, he won the 2024 and 2025 race. I mean, yeah, both of them came down to wrecks. Like, both of them are kind of weird ways to win. Like, right place, right time kind of thing. Because he was battling Bowman, of course, to win that race in 24, because they wrecked in the final lap and threw the caution out too early. or I guess it's technically too late. And then of course the whole field wrecked themselves, and Byron just got lucky out of it, and Greg wasn't going to even touch him because they didn't have enough momentum. So I mean, both those wins were kind of like right place, right time things. But I mean, Byron, if he gets himself in that position again, I think he'll. Not, I'm not discrediting his wins by any means. Like, I just think that like it's crazy. I mean, we'll say 2024, he probably could have won that even without a caution potentially. 25 though, he wouldn't have won that race if they didn't wreck each other. But Byron has a chance to three-peat. I don't know. Has anyone ever three-peated before? I'm pretty sure someone has. Maybe like Patty did it back in the day. I don't know. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Byron obviously have a great shot to win. Three-peats, it's really hard to win one. It's really hard to win two. It's really, really hard to win three in a row. So we'll see what he can do. That'd be incredible from well with in the third year in a row. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah. But you could argue he's the driver to beat, which just because he's won all those races, all those 500s lately. We'll see though. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Who's the next driver? Oh, Todd Gilliland. Todd Gilliland. I will say front row. Front row is usually good at these super speedways. Like, and especially, I know Chandler Smith didn't make the field, which would have helped them a bit if they had 4 cars in the field. But I think Chandler Smith was cursed of making the 500. It seems like no matter which team he's with, whether it's with MBM, I guess now Garage 66, or front row or Collar, he's cursed. Yeah, because he literally won the freaking truck race. Like Duke can drive, that's for sure. Yeah, but Ty Gillen, I think he'll be good. Like he could be an upset winner potentially. Like I could definitely see him. Like I will say, if he has the best shot at competing or winning somewhere, it's for sure a super speedway. But we'll see what happens. I think if front row just locks in, they'll be fine. We can just do a whole. Yeah, and then Chandler Smith did not make the race, so but congrats on your truck win. That was a really incredible race. Incredible finish as well. And Zane Smith. Wait, I'm sorry. I skipped Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst. I'm sorry. I completely forgot he was the 35 car. Yeah, don't wreck me again, Bubba. That's how I put in the game. But Riley Herbst, I mean, he's probably been the worst 2011 driver so far. Like, dude finished second to last in full-time owners points. But, I mean, it can't get worse this year. Obviously, maybe it was a lawsuit. Maybe it was just 2011 couldn't fund the third car properly. I don't know. But he does have a lot of help this year. He has all his 2011 teammates, including the dude who's probably he need a seat for, because I think my guess is Corey Haim's going to eventually replace Riley Herbst. So I think at this point, Riley Herbst is becoming a seat heater for Corey Haim. He's just trying to keep a seat warm for next year, because I don't see why they wouldn't put Corey Haim in that car. Oh, I won the duel. Let's freaking go. But I mean, he's actually not bad super series. He could definitely he finished top 10 to 500 few years ago, even after wrecking to go on the pit road. But for Riley Herbst, I think if any who has the best shot to like at least compete, he'll be here. So watch, he's gonna win the 500. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. If he wins one before Kyle Busch does, I don't know even what to say anymore. Now we have Chandler Smith and Nick DeRice, obviously. Now I got Zane Smith. Zane Smith won a lot he won Daytona twice in a row. Yeah, one that got range shortened, but he's won Daytona twice in the truck series. And like I said, front row is good to super speedways. We've seen that's where the most success comes from. Like Michael Dow won there. Reagan won Talladega a few years ago. Like even Gillen was with him, right? Todd Gillen's father, David Gillen, was with him at that point at in that 2013 race at Talladega. So I think if anywhere, front row is the best shot at winning at Super Series. We'll see. He's a good Super Series racer. I mean, he was in the contention to potentially win it at Atlanta last year. Like he was one of those drivers trading off the lead every 2 seconds. And we'll see what happens though. And now we have, yeah, but we'll see. Now we have just an Allgaier. He's one of the drivers that made the race, and he made it on speed. He actually looked pretty fast. Yeah, he didn't make the final round, but Allgaier, I think he can definitely be aligned with those Hendrick cars. Sorry, I heard random noise outside. But Allgaier, I mean, he's obviously one of the best Xfinity driver, or one of the best rally drivers, I guess, because now we're in present tense. He won the championship a few years ago. And I will say this: I think it's a huge advantage that they're like with aligned with Hendrick because he can definitely be with that Hendrick car. So I think he'll have of the open cars, him and Heim have the best chance of like actually winning. Yeah, we'll see though what happens. I think Allgaier will be pretty fast though. It's really cool to see JR Motorsports come back again. And I'm very excited to see what they'll do again. So yeah. Now we have Cole Custer. Cole Custer had a rough year last year, but his bright spots were at the Super Series. He was actually a really good Super Series. He was in contention to win Daytona twice. Like, was he leading the final lap at Daytona last year? In the summer race, and he was in the front. He was in contention to win it at the 500 until he wrecked that. Until I think it was him that wrecked it. I don't know if it was him that wrecked that. I think he was involved in the wreck. Yeah, but like Cole Custer, I know they switch manufacturers, but I think Cole Custer can actually be pretty competitive with these super speedways. He could honestly win it. Like Cole Custer overall has had a rough stint in the Cup Series. He's in great Xfinity. Like he won that O'Reilly, I guess back then, or I guess now Xfinity back then. Of course, he won that Xfinity Series championship a few years ago. He's great. Like he's amazing in Xfinity Series, but in Cup, it's just he had his rookie year, and then after that, and then after his rookie, he won that race, of course, at Kentucky. Then after that, it was just like he kind of like that's when SHR started to fall the f off. Like that's when Stuart Haas started to like fall off, and then they sold, and of course, Gene Haas took over the team. Now it's just Custer and the one car team. So it's a transitional year for them last year. And I think they have like I don't know if I forgot it's RCR Hendrick Alliance, but they are back with Chevy this year for the first time in a decade. Since 2016, it's like the old days. I'm pretty sure they were Dodge back then. But Haas, I mean, it's cool to see Haas and NASCAR still. Yeah, they're best. Hello. Sure. Love you too. My mom wants me to watch my dog. So yeah. Well, Cole Custer, I know we'll see how it does with the Chevy, but Cole Custer's really good Super Series racer, so I think he could be in contention to win it. He's definitely one of my dark horses today, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, now let's talk about. Sorry, I had to move locations. See, my mom attitude was like, sure. I was just messing with her though, because she wants me to watch that guy. But anyways, let's talk about John Hunter Nemechek. Nemechek's actually good Super Series. Like he's actually, I was like the best average finish in like a Super Series in the series. I don't know, but he's usually really good Super Series. So I think he could be up in the running to win it potentially. At least he'll be in the top 10, and especially those Toyotas. I think that'll be interesting to see. So yeah, same thing with Eric Jones. Similar thing with Eric Jones. Like he's really good Super Series. I think of course he won that Daytona race, and of course, I forgot to mention Nemechek almost won that truck race a few days ago. I think he might have won truck series race there back then. I don't know, but let's talk about Eric Jones now. So I'm going to go a little faster through. Jones, of course, won that 2018 race at Tokyo 400. Like he's really good Super Speedways. I think he could get up there with everyone else. I think will be contention to at least be. He could be a dark horse, that's for sure. Now we have JJ Yearly who missed the race, so he's an amazing USAC racer, I will say, though he's won a lot of USAC championships. And I mean, he's been all around the NASCAR for like 20 years, so I respect him for still going. It's important. It sucks to see him miss the race, obviously, but yeah. But that car was kind of in the back the whole time, but yeah. I guess you could say on the same level as Ty Gibbs based on JGR, but maybe JGR will be in the race next year. We'll see. Now we have Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's he's a good Super Series racer, I will say. I know had some bad luck. He's gotten in wrecks and all that. But Tyler Reddick, man, I think he's due for a bounce back year. Not saying it was a bad year last year. It wasn't as good as it's been, though, in my opinion. But oh man, that looks so good. Watching Girl Meets World or Girl Meets Farm, she makes some good food, bro. That's what's on the background. But I gotta say, Tyler Reddick's a good Super Series racer. I know he runs into bad luck, and obviously, like I said, the Toyotas will be a huge factor today, especially 2011. I think it's the first time. Is this the first time that 4 cars in the Super Series race? I know they've had 3 cars with but I don't know if they had 4 before. But it'd be really funny if Raleigh Hurst is the 89. So you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but Tyler Reddick he'll definitely be in contention. That's for sure. Now I got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I mean, it was only like 3 years ago that he won that 500. As he's one of the best Super Series racers in the series. I know he's never had like a great equipment. Like he gets the most out of his JTT equipment for the most part. And then, or I guess now it's Hayak, but I'm used to call him JTG though. And then he was with Roush, and they're like in their down years. But he can do really good Super Speedways. Like he won the 500, of course. He's won Talladega 2 or 3 times. I think it's twice. And he also won the summer race at Daytona in the past. Like he can do really good Super Speedways. That's where all his wins come from. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will for sure be in contention. I'd say to win. He could win his second 500 in 4 years, which would be pretty cool. But Stenhouse will for sure be a contender to win that today. I think this is his cup of tea, his bread and butter, I guess. Super Speedway races. Now we'll see if he wins Atlanta one day. So he can put all 3 Super Series tracks. That'd be pretty cool. But I think he'll be in contention to win the day. Now you have Bowman. Bowman used to be the mid dude who won the pole all the time. Now he hasn't won the last few years, but he's still been good at the race. Like he almost won that 2024 race. But all those poles, he's never won a 500. Has he won a Super Series before? I don't know if he's won a Super Series actually, but Bowman, he's usually one of the more consistent drivers in the series. Pretty sure he's in a contract year, but we'll see what happens. I think Bowman will have a good year though. But I think that because who knows, if Corey Day breaks out in the truck in the Xfinity or O'Reilly series, Bowman might be at risk. Just saying. My God, those look so good. But that looks so good. I want those donuts. Um, but I'm a big bag. So Bowman, though, I think will be. I think. I think he'll with considering he's a Hendrick, he'll be really good. So yeah. Now we got Cody Ware. I gotta say, Cody Ware looked a lot faster enough. Looked pretty fast. Didn't look too bad in qualifying. Like he beat some pretty good cars, and they switched to Chevy as well. So both them and Haas, both Rick Ware and Haas, moved to Chevy because I guess Ford just did not care about them anymore or something like that. But sorry, I'm trying to find where he qualified. I think he might. I think he fell back slightly in the draft, but where is? I mean, he's starting. What the frick? He's starting 33rd. I gotta say though, I mean, qualifying he got 26, which is actually not too bad considering it's a Rick Ware car on raw speed. So like improvement, but we'll see. I mean, Cody Ware's usually not bad super speedways. That's where he got it. I think he was actually the one actually was like first in the stat of a super speedway. It was actually a good stat for once. I remember like the fastest lap to lap average car. It was a while back, but it was like the first or second race of the I think it's the 23 500. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, man, I'm excited to see. I'm interested to see what will happen with Cody Ware. I think it could be better than people think. That's for sure. Now I got Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, I know he hasn't been. He wasn't great last year. He had so much momentum, then like he went down. Missed the playoffs last year. But I mean, it's a super series. Anything can happen. He. I'm pretty sure he won. Did he win Daytona a few years ago? Nothing does Cindric don't want it, but no, Hill won. That was when Hill won. But Gibbs can. He can. I think if he truly long extend, he could be really good. So I mean, he'll be with the GR car. So we'll see what happens. I think he could be good super series though. We'll see what happens though. I'm not saying what we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but I truly mean that because like it's Daytona, anything can happen. Wait, is Daytona pre-race on by the way? Hold up. Yes, it is. All right, we're watching Olympics too. How does it look at Daytona? Why is this not loading? There we go. Oh, it looks pretty bright. For now. Got some curling on too. My dad loves curling, and that's actually a pretty fun sport, we'll say. You got hockey and I think speed skating, I'm pretty sure. All these sports are awesome, by the way, the Olympics. I love the Olympics. But yeah, moving on. Ryan Priest. I will say Ryan Priest might look like the best driver to start the year so far. Like he won the clash. He's been really good. He's been really fast in qualifying and practice. And I don't know where he finished in the duels, but um, he is starting third place. Wait, no. That's qualifying. He qual- he was on speed. He was third. He's actually starting. Where's he starting at? He started 19th, but I think he can. I think with all those RFK cars, they'll be really dangerous. So yeah, there's that. Moving on, let's talk about Alfredo. Sucks for him. He originally made the race, and he missed. Then he got disqualified, and of course he missed the race yesterday at Xfinity. And then CJ Bassero was nice enough to give up his ride, and then he wrecked on the opening stretch. But he ended up finishing. I think he ended up coming back to finish actually pretty good though. Like where did he finish? Alfredo actually got 11, so that's good at least. Why is there two Alfredos in there? It's a lot of Alfredo. I make my stomach feel weird. I'm sorry, but yeah, stuff for Cup on this Cup. Tough stuff for Alfredo though, for the most part. Obviously on the Cup side too though. Now we have Miracle Casey Mears. Wow. It took, by that I mean he took a miracle to like freaking make that race. So I gotta say, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Casey Mears probably had the worst draw of all the open cars and duels. Like I will say it was actually a lot more even in the second duel because you had Alfredo, McLeod, and Yelich. I think all of them could have made the race out of that. I mean, yeah, Beard was the fastest, but still. But like Mears had to go against an RFK car and a front row car. Dude was like had no shot on the back stretch on the final lap. Then Court LaJoy wrecks. Casey Mears sends it, passes LaJoy, and that's how he makes the race because Chandler Smith's way back there. Like, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, what a story for Casey Mears. It's awesome seeing the 500. Yeah, I feel like that does bring the strength of the field a little bit down just because that equipment's not as good as RFK or front row. But it's really cool to see like an underdog team make the field. And of course, Casey Mears, he was he was a full time driver for Hendrick like 20 years ago. So it's cool to see him back in the series, and he's really elevating that team so far. I will say. So I'm really excited to see what he can do in the 500. I mean, we've seen MBM cars get there before, like Timmy Hill were in the top 10 at one point in 2020. But it's the last time they actually made the 500, ironically. I gotta say, NASCAR is going with like American vibe this year, which I kind of which I actually really respect. Because obviously, it's America's 250th anniversary. Plus, it screams America. But Mears, and Mears, of course, he's an established driver. Like he was his first 500 out in the wall, at least since the 2010s. It was with Jermaine still, but that Geico 13 car back then. But I mean, now we'll see what he can do. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I would think he could be in the front in the end. He could be one of those cars that, like, while they're fuel safe, he could get up to the front. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm very excited to see what New Year's could do. The little team that could. Anyways, moving on. The frick, like the women's shirts, like they do that. Oh yeah, my shoulder. What else? Who else are we going for? Did I already get to? Did I miss anyone? Sorry, just double checking. In the meantime, we'll talk about Zane Smith. Not Zane Smith. Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is definitely being contention to win. I know his equipment's gotten better. It's not. I know it's not like Hendrick equipment, but like Sparkman could do pretty good. I will say. Like obviously they're way better than what they were a few years ago. That's what I was missing. Corey Heim. I still talk about McDowell and then we'll get to Heim. But McDowell, of course, he won this race 2021 with Front Row Motorsports. It was an awesome win. Yeah, the race sucked, but the win was at least awesome. But that I feel like that win really like helped him gain a boost in his career, we'll say. And he's a great super speed racer. I think Spire could get up there. Like McDowell will be in contention to win. I think he's honestly in better equipment. You could argue better equipment. Because I will say Spire was extremely better than Front Row last year, from what I can tell. But I think he could definitely win this race. Like I know it'll be tough, but like I think he'd definitely win. That's for sure. He's an amazing super speed racer. I think he could Spire their second win ever in the first Daytona 500 win. His second Cup win. Now it's about Corey 6-7 Heim. That's his number, by the way. There's Kyle. Here's Kyle on the screen. I love how Kyle's on the pole this year. That's amazing. Kyle Busch makes such a good point. Like, he said Byron was like 7th and 11th and in those races, which that could be promotional because he's sponsored by 7-Eleven, Kyle Busch. But like he makes a great point. That's what I was saying about Byron earlier. He's at the right place, right time. That shows you what to do to win. You have to avoid a lot of things. Yes, it takes a lot of grit, but it takes skill and being able and some luck too, I will say, depending on the situation. There's that. But Corey Heim, man, looks like one of the best open cars I've seen in a long time, maybe even ever. Like, dude had to make the race. He made the final round for the freaking qualifying. Like, Corey Heim's be really good in this race. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was 5th on speed. I mean, I'm surprised JGR didn't put him in like the 19 this year or something like that. Like Corey Heim, he's gonna be an amazing driver in the Cup Series. Like he was 5th on speed. That's impressive. I know it's 2311, but still, wasn't he the highest qualifying 2311 car in qualifying? Oh my God, he was above all of his teammates. And where's he starting today? He's starting 29th, but I think he could definitely make his way at the field. Like Corey Heim showed a lot of speed. I think honestly, he could get up there and he could be in contention to win. I'm just saying he could be like one of the youngest winners of all time. Well, I don't know how old is Corey Heim? 23. Okay. Corey Heim. He won't be the youngest, but he's one of the youngest. And then sorry, I was thinking something, but Corey Heim, I think, could be in contention to win it. I think he's won Daytona in the past, and that was because of technicality, because Parker Kligerman could have qualified. But I mean, anything's possible, man. Like Corey Heim can be really good. I will say he will be really good. I think he'll truly be up in the front when it matters. Yeah. Now we have Carson Hocevar. It's been a weird weekend for Hocevar, I will say. Like, he got the speed, but like he wrecked a bunch of times in the truck race because his tire wouldn't stay stable. And then you got the beef with Carson Ware of all people in the Xfinity race. Yes, Carson Ware, the same. He has a tattoo on his eye for some reason. But Carson Hocevar, man, he's one of the best young talents up there. I mean, he got a huge extension from Spire. I think that really helped Spire too because that's a really, really good driver. I think Carson Hocevar truly can like win a few races this year. I'm just saying, if as long as he's in the right place, right time, he could definitely win this race. Like he could have probably won that race at Atlanta. Didn't throw the caution. Like he was in contention to win it. I think it was him, Larson, and Bell. That was 3 wide. So I mean, you're at a super speedway, yes, different super speedway, but still, I think he can for sure win this race. Like especially with McDowell and Suarez, who have been good super speedways themselves. Like they'll be good today. He'll be good today, that's for sure. Carson Suarez will be really good. There's Austin Dillon. Now we have, let's see, we got a few drivers left. Let's talk about Cinderella story, BJ McLeod. BJ McLeod thought his weekend was over. He missed the race. He was a very good sport about him. I give him a lot of credit for that. I love BJ McLeod. Like he literally shaked his, I think he like hugged or shook his hands like that to Alfredo, congratulating him like that. I think that's really, 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 that's a really good sport of him. So yeah. Um, and looked like his weekend was over. But Alfredo got disqualified. Guess who's the next car up? So Alfredo's qualified. So Alfredo was just default to the last at that point because his finishing position doesn't count. So guess who's the next driver up? The next open car, the finish, the next highest finishing open car, Mr. BJ McLeod. I mean, this is an awesome opportunity for BJ McLeod. I think honestly he could drive it to the front. Like he drove it to the front Talladega last year and then he ran out of fuel. But I think he's one of those drivers like when they're fuel saving, he could sneak his way out to the front. And he's got a sponsor this weekend too. Like after he made the race, he got a sponsor, which is awesome. So he was actually at a blank car. Now he's got a sponsor. I think they actually help him too. Like that would be awesome. Like imagine he pulls off like who was it, Stacy Compton that really won the race in 2000, where he didn't even have a sponsor to start off until like very close to the race. Like McLeod, I think could honestly, if he's at the right place at the right time, like he'll be up there. That's for sure. We'll see what happens. Though. I'm very excited. See what happens with him. Let's see who else we got on this entry list. I think how many? How many do we have left? Oh yeah, let's talk about Mr. Seven Timer himself. Yeah, we got 4 drivers though. Well, I guess not really 3. Yeah. Let's talk about Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson's announced next year, not this year, next year. Daytona 500 will be the final NASCAR start he ever makes. Yeah. Then Jimmy Johnson had a very stress-free weekend for the most in regards to making the race. Like, but I forgot to mention Chris Buescher is starting 41st, so there's that. Jimmy Johnson though got the OEP, so he is locked into the race. No, yeah, he's not racing for any money or anything like that. But why would he need to? Like, he's Jimmy Johnson. He can just come out and race, and he just does it for the love of the sport at this point, which I really respect. And I mean, he's won 4 championships, so it's not like he needs to make more money. Like he's won 7 championships, he doesn't need to make more money anyway. He'll still make money, but he won't get any of the prize money technically. But Jimmy Johnson, I mean, he finished 3rd last year in the 500. Yeah, it was a record winners, but still, I mean, Jimmy Johnson, if he's at the right place, right time, he can really finish pretty well. I'm really excited to see what he can do. This will be his second last 500, so we'll see what happens. Sorry if someone's calling me. It's my mom. Computer's going off. Now we have Connor Zilic. This dude's really freaking good, man. Like, isn't he like 19 years old? Connor Zilic was really good last year. Like, won all those races. Yeah, I didn't win a championship, but he was still really good. He is 19 years old. Like, who is the youngest? I think it's Trevor Bain. Trevor Bain is the youngest Daytona 500 winner of all time, 20 years old. If Connor Zilic win, he'll break that record. Connor Zilic was really good. I think it could be really good in Cup as well. Like, dude only need 1 year to get the Xfinity Series down. Like, he's one of the highest perspectives we've seen in a long time. Like, he's been really, really good. No disrespect to all the others. There's all the others have been good too. But, like, Connor Zilic specifically, like, this dude can freaking race. That's for sure. And I'm really excited. We'll see how it turns out, how he does as a rookie. He actually already has rookie of the year 1. Well, some kind of rookie starts today for some reason. But so I saw Dale documentary. Can't believe it's been a quarter of a century since that Dale crash happened. Oh, it's Frankie Muniz. Yeah. So Connor Zilch though. I mean, he's really good pretty much everywhere. He's such a good super shooter, or such a good at like road course races. But man, I tell you what, he can pretty much drive anything. He honestly reminds me of Kyle Larson a bit. I think honestly he could, if he wins his 500, I'd really like be huge for him. Obviously, because like it was in his first 500 start, that'd be incredible. I mean, he could do it. I mean, Austin could do it. He can do it too. But yeah, but I'm really excited to see what he can do. That's for sure. Now we have SVG. SVG. It's not SVG. We all know how good SVG is at the road courses. He won like almost all of them all but one of them last year. He's really good. He's not necessarily as good at the ovals, but this is super serious. Anything can happen. And SVG, he kind of ran. I mean, he did really get the clash. He was in contention until he got wrecked. But SVG, where is he starting? By the way, where was he in qualifying? No, he's kind of low. He was 37th in qualifying, but he is starting. Where is he starting? 13th. So I mean, if he gets up in that draft, I think he can honestly be up to win. I think that if anywhere he can win his first oval race, it's either here or Talladega, or maybe Atlanta too. There's that, but we'll see what happens with SVG. And then of course Corey LaJoie missed the race. I think if he went, that's honestly probably one of the worst ways to miss the race. Like he had and then he got wrecked by no fault of his own. Uh, but but I think if he was actually in this race, he would have probably won. Well, no. I wouldn't say that, but he would have probably been up there. That's for sure. I mean, Corey LaJoie will be watching from his couch though, or we're at Daytona. Yeah. Anyways, though, that's all your drivers I'm previewing. So. Now I'll give you my pick to win the race. So, if you don't know what 36 with 36 is, it's where there's 36 charter drivers in the field, and there's 36 races. So, pick a charter driver for every race. Here's I'm picking for the first race. Cody Ware. It's just a safe bet. Didn't look too bad in qualifying. I'll pick him. I mean, I just don't know where else he'd be good at. That's not who I think will win. Who I think will win this race, I want to say Kyle Busch, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna say such a cool looking track. I'm gonna say Corey Heim. Okay, I don't think he'll win, but who I think will win this race? Maybe Blaney. I'm gonna say. Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna say the winner of this race. If this is one of the hardest races to pick, maybe the hardest race to pick every year. This one, Talladega, and probably Atlanta too. Honestly, Forget. I'll just say Kyle Busch. It's got to happen at some point. I know I said every year, but I'll just say Kyle Busch. Maybe Blaney. Could be anyone. I'll say Kyle Busch wins this race. Actually, yeah. I mean, it could be Ross Chastain, I guess. I don't know. I'll say Kyle Busch. I'll just say that. So that happened at some point, just saying. This racing was so unsure on every year just because Daytona. Anything can happen. If y'all don't know, they race in packs. They draft each other, so all so close together. They call it back, and everyone gets scattered out. So that's where all lower tier teams can really shine. Just saying. Yeah, there is your Daytona 500 pre-show. But yeah, I'm very very excited for today though. Just gotta hope, and I'll make some predictions. I think we will be racing the rain. I'll say the race we'll make halfway. I'll say with 30 to go is when they start. I'll say 30 to go is when we'll get a rain. Or at least we'll start racing like the rain's going to come there. But it's going to be nice to see like what the strategies will be like in the end. I'll say this race, you know what? I'll say it goes to the end. I think they could be racing the rain, but they could, if they truly like lock in, don't wreck each other. So last lap, of course. They'll win. And I think this race will end under the daylight. First time in 10 years. There's that. My dark horse today. I'm starting to do NASCAR weekly pies. My dark horse today is Cole Custer. In the 41 car. Sorry, I'll stop. Yeah, Cole Custer, my dark horse pick. And then a driver I think is not going to be great today. I'll say I have a weird feeling that Kyle Larson's going to end up some kind of bad wreck again. I don't know. Some kind of wreck. I don't know. We'll see. There's two of the goats right there, Richard Petty and Jimmy Johnson. I think anyway, it's anyone's game. Let's see what the betting odds. Here, I'm going to do it like this. How about this? So I can cut this, so I can trick people. Ross Chastain will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Austin Cindric will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Austin Dillon will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Noah Gragson will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Kyle Larson will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Brad Keselowski will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Daniel Suarez will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Daniel Suarez will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Kyle Busch will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Chase Elliott will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Ty Dillon will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Denny Hamlin will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Ryan Blaney will win the 2026 Daytona 500. A.J. Allmendinger will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Chris Buescher will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Chase Briscoe will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Christopher Bell will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Josh Ray will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Joey Logano will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Bubba Wallace will win the 2026 Daytona 500. William Byron won the 2026 Daytona 500. Todd Gilliland will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Riley Hurst will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Chandler Smith's not going to win. He's not in the race. Zane Smith won the 2026 Daytona 500. I just realized Zane Smith stands for teammates. There are two Smiths on that have the front row. Was Not seeing Smith come into the race this weekend. Zane Smith will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Justin Allgaier won the 2026 Daytona 500. That's it. Really hurts. Let's see. Sorry, Justin Allgaier won the 2026 500. Cole Custer won the 2026 Daytona 500. John Hunter Nemechek won the 2026 Daytona 500. Eric Jones won the 2026 Daytona 500. JJ Elliott's not racing. Tyler Reddick will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Alex will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Cody Rowe win the 2026 Daytona 500. Ty Gibbs will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Ryan Preece won the 2026 Daytona 500. Anthony Alfredo is not racing. Got disqualified. Casey Mears won the 2026 Daytona 500. Corey Hahn won the 2026 Daytona 500. Mike McDowell won the 2026 Daytona 500. Carson Hossa won the 2026 Daytona 500. Michael McDowell won the 2026 Daytona 500. Carson Hossa won the 2026 Daytona 500. BJ McLeod won the 2026 Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson won the 2026 Daytona 500. Colin Zillis won the 2026 Daytona 500. And Zane Fingersberger won the 2026 Daytona 500. I just predicted who won. I think Corliss was not racing. So there's race. Shane Van Gisbergen will win the 2026 Daytona 500. Sorry if I'm stuttering. There you go. I predicted the winner. Well, one of those drivers has to win. Looks like someone jumps in the car and just wins it. Did you imagine? Yeah. But I can cut this clip. And trick people. I predicted the 500 winner. Anyways, see you next one. Peace.